Hello fellow mega lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I am super beyond excited to be filming this video today because I'm going to be doing a chatty get ready with me, and I'm just going to be discussing my weekend at Ipsy Live and going to New York City, getting to meet so many amazing YouTubers. It was honestly the best experience. It was such a tiny little trip, but it was like the trip of a lifetime. I feel so overwhelmed with joy about the whole experience, so I thought I'd go ahead and talk about it today. I'm also going to be playing with a little bit of new makeup. The most exciting would probably be the Metropolis palette from Natasha, which I picked up as one of my palette purchases for this month. I actually picked it up before I even left for the trip. It was a treat myself moment, which I need to stop having those. I've had a little too many. And then I also have a few things, like this was in the Ipsy goodie bag, and I like freaked out when I saw it. It's the Madison Miller Moon Dance highlighter. Oh my gosh, I love that song by Michael Bublé. I wonder if it's named after that. So very excited about this because I love Ofra's formula, and I thought it would go along with the like golden vibes of the Metropolis. And then I have the Madison Miller lip gloss, which came in my Ipsy this month. I only signed up to Ipsy to get a cheaper ticket, and now I canceled. And then Angelica gave me the NYX Bear With Me tinted skin veil in the shade Pale Light, so I'm excited to go ahead and test that out. So this video is also like a low-key collaboration with Angelica and Karen Harris, who I stayed with in New York, because we're all going to be posting our Ipsy experience video today. So I will definitely go ahead and link theirs down below. I don't think we're posting them at the same time. I don't know. We're not that organized, but we're all talking about the same thing. And we may have convinced Angelica to purchase the Metropolis palette as well. So she's also going to be doing a first impression chatty get ready with me using the Metropolis. If you're not already subscribed to Karen and Angelica, like, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? Like, go do that. Go do that. You can even leave my video and come back. I'm not the typical YouTuber who's like, go afterwards. No, go now or else. Ooh, also as I'm talking, I'm going to go ahead and insert pictures and videos and whatnot of my experience. I didn't vlog just because that's not my thing, and I was like low-key scared of getting killed. So vlogging, it wasn't my moment to vlog, but I did do a little bit of things on my phone, so I'll try and insert them as I go. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my face first. I think today I already did my brows, but I'm going to go ahead and use the Glossier Priming Moisturizer Rich, which is one of my favorite primers. And since I'm trying a new, like the NYX foundation, I think that's supposed to be lighter coverage. I just want to use this because it's my favorite, and pretty much every time I do a first impression on any type of complexion product, I always use this just because I know how it reacts. It's my fave. I feel like I'm always like, oh yeah, chatty get rid of me, that'll be so much fun, and then I remember that multitasking and sounding intelligent is not my strong suit. Okay, so I just did like a little dollop, maybe a little bit on the cool tone side, which isn't my absolute favorite, but I can make it work. I live like a 2.5 hour bus ride away from New York City, and I've only ever been to New York one time in my life. I'm a very anxious person. I definitely have anxiety, and honestly, I just always imagine worst case scenarios, and I always feel like I'm gonna die. I say it lightheartedly, but honestly, it's a struggle. And I do have some social anxiety, I would say, like about meeting new people, but mostly it's just like going places alone, not knowing what's gonna happen, not knowing every single detail. When I go somewhere I've never been before, like all of those things can like really set me off and stress me out. So whenever I heard that Gen Beauty was going to be in New York, I was like, oh, that's really cool, but not for me. I remember seeing Angelica tweet that she was going to go, and I was like, oh, like my heart dropped. I'm like, oh, I want to meet her so bad. I love her. So I was like kind of like teetering on like maybe I could possibly go, and I like said that I only lived not that far away, and she was like, you could take a train. I don't know why I'm going this in depth, but there's a point. I had a conversation with a friend who travels alone all the time, and she's gone to New York many times by bus, and she went ahead and basically told me exactly what she does. She made it sound super simple, and I was kind of open to the idea of going, but honestly, I was so nervous to even ask like Angelica and Karen if I could like meet up with them for like the day, like just that. I'm like, I don't even know if they would want to hang out with me. Like my brain, like I always do that to myself. Like it took me like a full week before I even had the courage to message Angelica and see. And of course they were super, super sweet and nice. And then Karen had the idea for me to stay one night and like split the hotel room with them. So it became a whole thing, and I was excited about it, but also so nervous. And I went ahead and bought my ticket. I just kept telling myself, I'm like, I cannot let my anxiety take away this experience for me. Like it would be such a shame to not do it just because I'm so scared. I know, like, I laugh about it because that's my way of coping, but I really am a mess. So I'm just trying to be real here. I don't know. I'm just trying to say that I had one of the most amazing weekends of my entire life. And I'm just so, so grateful that I did not let my anxiety stop me. And I feel like, you know, if you're like me and you get nervous and you talk yourself out of doing new things and new experiences, I don't know, just do it anyways, honestly. Like, be scared, but just do it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Too Faced Do You powder to set my face. The morning of, like, I had like all the bus schedules ready. I knew it pretty much exactly where I was going, although I was still super, super nervous about it just because I'd never been, like, I've never taken a bus anywhere before. And actually it was my first time ever traveling alone, just me. Although I have traveled like just like through an airport before with Roman by myself. I've traveled through an airport before by myself, like just me, but never like just going somewhere and like meeting up with people and like people who were not family. Like, I've never done that before. So it was, I don't know, I feel like it was a big step going to New York City by myself because I get nervous going to my mailbox by myself. That morning I even had my mom drive me to the bus station because I'm like, I'm so anxious. Like, I feel like I could not drive right now. I would die. And I planned on doing my makeup in the car, but then it was so dark, so I had to do it on the bus. And it was like, of course, the one time when like I'm gonna be around everyone who has amazing makeup, I'm like sitting huddled in a bus, like trying to like do my makeup with all the like the bumps and everything. I literally just listened to Harry Styles' Lights Up for like the whole 2 hours, just on the single on repeat, no lie. And honestly, I'm kind of grateful because now when I hear the song, I feel like that like adrenaline and like that like rush of doing something much different than what I normally do. I don't know if anyone else is like that, but I hear a song and it takes me right back to a certain moment. Now I hear Lights Up and it makes me feel like I'm on my way to New York. I'm gonna go in with the Kalon Cosmetics Light Bronze Bronzing Powder. It's just like a really pretty shimmery bronzer. And anyways, I got off the bus and I realized whenever I came back that I like went out like the back exit and I was like in the middle of nowhere. Like, no, I just went a completely wrong way. Like, there's like stories of the Port Authority train station and I was on the bottom and I just walked out. I don't know what I was doing. And like, I had Karen's location and I was like trying to find her. She was trying to find me. Like, we were trying to like meet up somewhere in the middle, like just using the iPhone Find My Friends app. And then like immediately this guy's like, how you doing? And I'm like, I'm like, literally, I just want to like crawl underneath and die. Like, I'm not used to that. Like, I live in a town of like less than 10,000 people. Like, no one talks to me. So I just like, I'm sure I made like a disgusted face and I kept walking. I was like, please don't kill me. I have pepper spray. Luckily, like, we were able to find each other. It was supposed to be like a 20-minute walk between where we were, and it took like 40 minutes before we finally found each other. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Laura Geller blush in the shade Tropic Hue. So basically, they both came around a corner, and I guess they hid because Angelica got her vlog camera ready and she's like got her camera in her face. I'm like, oh gosh, because I don't know what it is. I guess like I'm like so used to like filming in this room by myself, but just in general, like when people take pictures and like videos and stuff, like I'm a little shy. I don't know why. I don't know. It was kind of amazing, honestly, because they're both so sweet and just exactly the same in person as they are on their videos. And I've never ever met anyone from the internet before like that I didn't already know. So it was just really cool because I felt like we immediately clicked. Like, it was like we'd known each other for so long, because we have, just not in person. And I didn't feel out of place, which a lot of times, you know, meeting new people is how I feel. So because of like the connection we already had, like, it was not awkward, which is not normal for me, just because I'm like that's a good description. Let's leave that in. Can you tell that I'm like getting a little anxious like talking about this, and like I feel like a little flustered, like my ears are turning so red. I need to prime my eyes, which is on the floor because I'm a mess. Go ahead and use Makeup Revolution Cut Crease Canvas in the shade Illustrate, and I've recently discovered that I really like this if I only use just a little bit and then I tap it out with my finger rather than going in super heavy like I did when I originally purchased it. Whenever we met up, we went and got coffee real quick because coffee is a must, and then we went and stopped at the hotel room and dropped everything off. And honestly, I wish that I had packed more. I packed super light and super casual, and like jeans for one day so that I could wear the same, or so I could wear jeans both days and then just change my top. Like, I tried to pack the lightest possible because I was so like I thought someone was gonna mug me. Honestly, I was so nervous. Like, I'm like, I don't know. I was just like, it's better if I just have the least amount of stuff possible. I should have taken advantage of the opportunity because I do like to dress up and, you know, look cute. And I was just like, turtlenecks. So then we went ahead and we went to Gen Beauty. And actually, here's a funny story real quick. Whenever I first bought my tickets, and like 2 weeks later, when everything came out about BeautyCon, I was legit so upset because I thought that I had bought tickets to BeautyCon. I was like, really? I buy tickets to this thing and now everyone hates it. No one's gonna go. It's gonna be a horrible experience. I'm gonna look like I'm supporting a horrible organization. And then I realized that it was Gen Beauty, not BeautyCon. Anyways, we get in the doors and honestly, the venue was much, much smaller than I thought it was going to be. And from what I understand, it's gotten smaller over the years and Michelle Phan no longer owns Ipsy. So I don't really know what all was going on there, but I wasn't necessarily there to shop. Like, of course, it's like, ooh, makeup, like that's fun. But honestly, I was there for, you know, the experience and getting to meet people. So we were like in the door for 2 seconds and someone stole Angelica, and that's kind of how the whole thing went. Like me and Karen would like walk a little bit and then Angelica would get stolen and we just like walk and like we'd circle back around. We were like, we came with a hot commodity. So it was really cool getting to see her have her moment, and you know, she definitely really, really deserves that. And then it was so cool because we got to go ahead and meet Theresa is Dead. Teresa is Dead. Theresa is Dead. She has an H. I don't know. Now I'm like second guessing myself, but I love her so much. Like, I'm not doing my makeup. Okay, so really quickly, break. Here is the Metropolis palette. It has the green packaging and oh my gosh, it is so beautiful. So here's what it looks like. Stunning. It's definitely a mixture of blues and greens and neutrals, which is so my vibes. I haven't even swatched it, as you can tell, so I don't know what I'm going to go in with. I'm going to use this shade first in my crease, and then I'm going to use this green probably on my outer V, this metallic all over the lid, and then maybe like this shade on my inner corner. Anyways, I absolutely adore Theresa is Dead. She just kills me. Her humor is so funny. So we were able to meet and talk for a few minutes, and we took some pictures. Unfortunately, she was supposed to go to a brunch the next day, but she wasn't able to make it, which makes me sad because honestly, I feel like she's probably one of those people that you're just like, I don't know, she just makes you laugh so much. Like, I just want to be around her. I don't know, I just think she's so funny. Like, who doesn't want to be around funny people? So I was super grateful to have met her. She was Theresa. She was not Keisha. That's who she was not. And then I feel so like my heart feels so warm even talking about this, but I met the sweetest subscriber. It was my first time meeting a subscriber and it felt so crazy. So Japs came up to me and she was so beyond sweet. She's like, "You're Amy Loves Makeup," and she was wearing Looksy shadows and she was so nice, and I just felt like so undeserving of how sweet she was, and it was so amazing to meet her. It almost all feels like a blur, honestly. Ooh, totally forgot to mention, when we were walking into Ipsy, like originally, like before we were in the building, I saw Bailey Sarian, and we didn't say hi to her then because she was kind of busy doing her own thing, but whenever we walked back through, she was having a meet and greet, and they were like, "Do you have a ticket?" And we were like, we weren't even told we needed a ticket, so then we had to go, like, walk around again, and then we came back when the line had died down, and we were able to go without a ticket, even though they hadn't said anything about a ticket in the first place, not in the FAQ email, which I did read, by the way. So we met her and she was super sweet. I felt a little fangirly. It's kind of, I haven't been watching her content for that long. I started watching Paulina's Beauty. I just dipped my finger in a shadow. Jeez. Okay. My nail, I mean. She does like the makeup and murder videos, and I only started watching them because I love Paulina. And then I kind of discovered that I like them when they're not too triggering. Like, I cannot watch ones about like little kids. I don't know. I don't click on every single one, but I watched them originally to support her, and then I ended up kind of liking them. So she always talks about Bailey Sarian, and I ended up starting to watch her a few months ago. And I really like her content. I like the stories she tells. I think she's very funny in her sayings. So it was really cool to meet her, and she was very sweet, very nice. She told me yellow was my color, so now everything I'm buying is yellow. So that was really cool, and I immediately sent the pictures to my best friend, whose name is also Bailey, because she loves Bailey Sarian. and I knew it was like one of the few YouTubers that she would actually recognize. Okay, I'm trying to remember what we did next. Honestly, it was like the longest day of my life. Like I was awake for like almost 24 hours. So then we went out for lunch and we had some New York style pizza, which was pretty good. We went shopping, we went to Sephora, like several Sephoras, and it was so fun because I feel like every time I go to Sephora with anyone, it's more of like I'm so sorry this is taking so long, like sorry I just want to swatch a few more things. And it's like with Karen and Angie, it was like we were all just like no apologizing needed. Like we were all happy to be there. Like it was all good. So like I said, we went to several Sephoras and we looked around and it was a lot of fun. We also went to Riley Rose, which was like on the top of my list, and it was so cute. I was like freaking out seeing all the indie brands. I'm like, Alamar's here and Ronnie Cosmetics and Andy Kenny Makeup. There was Ace Boutte. I swatched the Flare palette, which was beautiful, but I didn't buy it. I really didn't go crazy. If you didn't know, I paused my low buy rules for the weekend in New York just because I was like, if I can get over my anxiety to go to New York, like I can buy a little bit of makeup, and I did not go crazy at all. I'm gonna film a haul after this. So that'll be up in like the next like week or 2 weeks or something like that. I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and take the deeper green, this one right here. I feel like I'm switching up what I wanted to do with this look. I lied in the beginning. Just gonna go ahead and pop that on my outer V. I had to film this video days ago because I knew my memory is like this, but then I just did not have time. So we went to Times Square. Oh yeah! Oh, I totally forgot! How could I forget? I'm literally using Natasha Denona makeup right now. So we went to the Sephora in Times Square because Natasha Denona was doing a meetup, and we were like, hey, we're here, we have time, like it's in the right time frame, like why not? Like why not go meet Natasha Denona? So we went in the Sephora, and you actually you had to purchase something, Natasha Denona, in order to meet her, which I mean, it's like, oh yeah, pull my arm, make me buy Natasha Denona, like sure. So we were like the first people in line. We were ready to go, and honestly, I was the third person, and Karen went first, and she was like laughing with Natasha, and then Angelica went, and Natasha like complimenting her makeup, and then I went and I'm like, I love your makeup and I love your artistry. Like I was honestly a little, like I feel a little cringy thinking about it. Like I felt like I was like so awkward, and I don't even think I realized it in the moment, but I think I was a little starstruck, like just a tiny bit. And instead of like being like cryy or emotional, I was just like word vomit. I literally told her to make more green eyeshadows. Like, I don't know how I made that come up in conversation, but I was like, more greens, always more greens. So yeah, I was awkward, but I got a good picture with her. It was cool to meet her. Her makeup was absolutely flawless, so, so beautiful. And it was, I mean, even though, like, again, I'm such an awkward person. It was really cool. Honestly, it was really cool to meet Natasha Denona, and if the Natasha Denona green palette comes out next, feel free to thank me in advance. I'm not using my favorite brushes because I really need to wash my brushes, so that's, I don't know, the brush I was using to place the outer V is not what I would normally use, so that's why there's a little bit of a harsh line. That's not my favorite type of brush. So after we met Natasha, it was like legit crazy in Times Square, like, I don't know, so many people. It was just very intense, so I was grateful once we got out of that like foot traffic. It was not my thing. And we went to a really cute little taco like place. I think it was called Taco Dumbo, and it was like very Instagram, like mood lighting, like pink neon signs, like really weird fans. And it was really cute. They had really good guac, and honestly, it's really nice to go like in New York, like there, like they had like vegetarian options, and I had some really good tacos, and it's like where I live, like I don't have that option except for Burger King. Like that's it. Like I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and take this shade first on like the outer half of my lid because it looks really, really pretty. So there was like this influencer dinner that like we weren't invited to, but Angie was keeping in contact with several of the influencers who went, and we like went over to the restaurant, and we just sat downstairs and we had a glass of wine, a very bitter glass of wine that needed a little Splenda. Oh, you should have seen Angie's face when I told her that I wanted Splenda for my wine. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with that first shade I said I was going to use. So while we were waiting downstairs, a few people came down and like said hi and like went back and forth before we went upstairs. So that was when I went ahead and met Samantha March, which was so exciting because I love her. I feel like she's such an inspiration, and she's so cool and sweet, and she's just as sweet and positive, and like such like good energy about her in person. So I was like so excited to meet her. And then it's okay, it's all good. Jen Loves Reviews came down, and it was honestly like so surreal seeing her in front of me and talking and like just being Jen, because like I've literally been watching her for the longest time, like before she even started the What's Up in Makeup series, like the longest. I mean, I wouldn't say like I'm like someone who watches every single video, because I literally can't do that for anyone. Like there's too many videos, there's not enough time. Like if I did that, I would just be a full-on hermit, which doesn't sound like that bad of an idea, but it was just, oh, it was so cool. I'm sorry, I need a new word. So I feel like I was just sitting there like watching her, like, and I'm just like cool, calm, and collected, but inside I was like screaming, like, this is so cool, like, what is life, like, here she is in front of me. So I feel like I probably could have done better. I've been like, hi, like, this is who I am. Like, I was just, I don't know, I don't know, I was just, that's not what I was even thinking about. Like, so eventually we ended up going up to the restaurant, and we were all just like sitting around talking. We like took pictures together, and it was honestly super cool. Just, I don't know, I feel like the main thing that I noticed is that people aren't different. Like, they're not different people than what you see online, but getting to talk to people in person and just be like, just person to person, I feel like there's so much less of a filter, because I feel like anything on the internet, it's like anything you say can and will be held against you in your comments section. So I think that kind of causes a lot of people to, like, you know, you just want to like polish yourself even just the littlest bit. So I think that it is cool seeing people in person without that filter, and just being a little bit more free to just be who they are and speak freely, and, you know, just talk about like YouTube and business and I don't know, all the things. I think that was really cool and an interesting perspective to get. So I also met Makeup Just for Fun while we were up there, and you guys would probably recognize her from her Instagram feed, because she does really amazing, beautiful makeup photography. She really has an eye for it. I knew who she was, and I'd watched her YouTube, but I never felt like I liked her content, but I just never felt like that personal connection. And I feel like getting to meet her in person, like, I love her so much. Like, she's super cool. She's also a boy mom. She's only a few hours away from me, so I really hope that we do get to hang out once winter's over. I don't go places when it's winter. No siree. But I really did genuinely enjoy getting to meet her. I thought she was super cool. So when like the party ended and people were going home, we ended up, me, her, Karen, and Angie all went out for drinks at a like Irish pub, which was also super fun and nerve-wracking to me, but not to anyone else, I guess, because I was like low-key dying inside. I'm like, what if someone kills us? But that's fine. So it was actually like a low-key place. Like, there weren't that many people. Like, people weren't fighting or anything, you know. I also totally forgot to mention this, and I should, because it was super sweet. Whenever we went up to the influencer dinner, like when it was done, there was like a ton of goodie bags, and they were like, you should get one. Like, there's extras, there's leftovers, but we just got so busy talking and enjoying each other that like goodie bags were not what was on our mind. And whenever we came out of the other room and all the goodie bags were gone, we're like, oh no. And so we're like, oh man, all the goodie bags are gone. But it wasn't like a big thing, because it's like we literally weren't even invited. And Jen Loves Reviews came over and she handed me her goodie bag, and she was like, just take it. Just take it. And she was just, I don't know, it was so sweet. I'm never, I can't promise that I'll keep every single thing in the bag. Like, I'm gonna make sure I use things and like give them to people who would like them, and I think I'm gonna do a giveaway. But the actual bag, I feel like I'm gonna keep forever. I'm not a stalker, I promise. But it was just so sweet and kind and unexpected and totally unnecessary, because like we literally weren't even invited. So I thought that was really nice of her. I feel like I somehow took the Metropolis palette and did a Natasha and Denona gold eye look. Okay, That's fine. I feel like I need to do something to make it different. Like I'm literally the day before you see this posting a video of almost this exact eye look, but it's not even this look. Okay, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to dip into this blue, like this metallic blue here. I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm just going to grab a little bit and I'm going to pop it onto my lid. Just because I want the look to be a little bit different. Oh man, that fallout is literally so bad, and I didn't even set separately underneath my eyes, which I feel like now was definitely a major mistake. Okay, so I just kind of wiped it away a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and take my Too Faced foundation, like Born This Way powder, and I'm going to tap that underneath so it's not so dark and awful. So that looks slightly better. That's pretty much the eye look. I'm not sure what I'm going to finish this off with. I've got a liner that kind of looks like the metallic shade I put over my lid. This is LA Girl Mermaid Blue, and throw that in my waterline. I'm going to throw on some of the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and I'll be right back. I normally do my makeup with my mirror like turned to the side where it's like super up close and zoomed in and I can see my eyes really well, but today I'm doing it farther away just because I wanted to be more chatty. I didn't want to be so focused on what's happening on my eyes, and when I zoomed it in or turned it around to do my mascara, I was like, whoa, that is a lot of glitter, a lot of texture. No wonder there was so much fallout. Like my lid is so sparkly right now, it's crazy. I'm going to go ahead and use the Madison Miller Moon Dance highlighter, which makes me want to sing some Michael Bublé. I can't even remember how it goes. It's been so long. I used to like jam to that song. I feel like this shade is like super close to Star Island. Here's what they look like next to each other. Star Island is just a tiny bit more gold. Also, I heard that people brought their Samantha March highlighter for Samantha to sign. I'm like, why didn't I do that? Like, why didn't I think of these things in advance? Like, that would have been so cool, so cute. Anyways, really pretty. It's almost a little bit more neutral, but look at that glow. I love the Ofra formula so much. So Saturday was long but wonderful and amazing and such a fun day. So we woke up Sunday and we went ahead and went to brunch. And we met up with Emily Han, which she is super, super sweet. She lives in New York, so it was fun. I love her channel just because I feel like she's like so soft-spoken and she's like very like, I don't know, I feel like she's so sweet. And I don't know, I just love the different characteristics that make people who they are and like just their ways of being. So I really love her channel and I love her like mannerisms, and she's just a very, very sweet person. So it was super nice to meet her as well. We had brunch at like this cute little place with some bitter coffee that needed Splenda. And it was fun. And then Angie had to go home. My camera, what is it doing? It's like, what? Am I running out of space? I don't understand. Anyways, here we are 20 minutes later. I've literally not had a memory card go full in like years, so I didn't even know what my camera was doing. I was like, why is it counting down? So yeah, I just forgot to take the footage off earlier when I filmed because today I'm trying to catch up on all the videos I need to do. So I don't even know where I was. Honestly, I'm a mess. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Ofra Madison Miller lip gloss. I don't know if this has a separate shade to it. It says Smiley for Riley. I need... okay. I'm just gonna set my face. Why am I setting my face? It's literally like 12 o'clock at night. I don't know. So anyways, after brunch, Angie had to leave and it was so sad. Honestly, it was so amazing meeting her, and I hope that we get to hang out again one day and do another trip or something. That would be super cool. I feel like she's just such like a larger than life type person. She has like the loudest laugh I've ever heard in my life, but I absolutely love it. And it was actually kind of weird because after like this weekend and everything, I was watching one of her videos and I felt like I wanted to respond to everything. And I'm like, I'm not normally like that. I normally just like comment one thing. And I realized it's like I was so spoiled getting to have actual conversations and not just like the way that YouTube is. She's so just like real. I just adore her. And Karen, she has like the cutest like little laugh, and she's just so like smiley and just like, I don't know, Karen always cracks me up. I love her videos. I feel like she's just like, I don't know. I don't know. I love everyone that I met, honestly. Like, I feel so beyond grateful. And like I said in my little Instagram post, that the real tea is that seriously everyone was so amazing, and it just makes me so happy for like the beauty community and like the part that I'm in, and just knowing like the genuine connection and like people trying to help each other, and like Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun, like giving us tips on like hashtags, and like, you know, I feel like those are things that, because there is no guide to YouTube, it's like you learn from each other and you bounce ideas off each other. And I feel like the community part is how you like genuinely like grow and learn to do better. Not in like a growing numbers. I mean, I guess you could that way, but I'm just mean like growing in like just your understanding of like doing the whole YouTube thing. So I think it's really cool to meet people who have the same like heart and who want to help each other. And it's, I don't know, it's I don't know. So after brunch, me, Emily, Karen, we went to another Sephora. Shocker. After that, we went back to the hotel. We hung out for a little bit, and then I went and walked to Port Authority, and I went home. Honestly, like when I was on the bus and like we were leaving and I was just like looking at the city, I just felt seriously like so emotional, just thinking about like just how lucky I feel, especially because I feel like I started my YouTube in the first place when I was like in like the loneliest point of my life, and I wanted to make friends and I wanted to have connections, because I literally lived in the middle of nowhere and I had no friends, and I was like living in my own personal hell. So I don't know, it's so cool to like look back to like where you were, where you are now, and to like be happy with who you are becoming. Like Angie said, I feel like it genuinely is empowering to travel alone, and like it was actually so simple. Like it was crazy, and like I feel like I understand the New York City streets now a little bit better than I did a week and a half ago. So like if there was something else in New York, like I would go in a minute now. Like I'm about it. Like it was smooth sailing. It was not like crazy. I loved the hotel we stayed at. It was like in the middle of Koreatown, and it was like it was nice and like comfortable, and like I would totally stay there again. So I just feel good about the whole thing. It was so much fun. I don't know how, like I just want to like portray the message that like don't let your fear stop you, because you might regret it. I would totally like regret not having gone on this trip. Although I will say that I do have like one sinking hole in my stomach, it feels like, because whenever before I left for New York, I was just sitting, minding my own business, watching Sebastian Rulli talk. Like he was doing like Instagram stories. He's like a really famous novella actor, and he was just talking about like, thank you for watching my new show, my new series, blah blah blah. And then he was like, also I'm gonna be in New York City this weekend. And I like legit like was hyperventilating. Like I almost like fell off my chair. I was like, did I hear that right? Like let me listen again. And he was in New York City, and he was like posting randomly his like where he was, and I like had the notifications turned on for everything that he was doing. And like one time he was like a mile away from me, but we were eating lunch, and then the next time that he posted he was a mile away, he was eating somewhere, and it was when I was on my way to the bus station. I was like, if I'm late for my bus because I'm trying to stalk a celebrity, like it's not gonna work out for me. So I feel a little sad that I didn't get to like see him, because I love him so much, and I was like practicing exactly what I would say to him, because you know it's like I feel like it's scary enough meeting someone who like you look up to so much, but then having to speak to them in another language, like woo, it's making crazy. But I wish I would have met him. Like I really do. Like I'm like, when am I ever gonna be in New York City at the same time as him again? So that's the only part where I'm a little bit disappointed. I got my hopes up. I was like, please let it happen. I was like, my friend, she was like, I'm gonna pray for your safety. I was like, you better pray I meet Sebastian. Priorities. So anyways, this is the finished look. I actually do really love how it turned out. I like how the blue ended up kind of popping in. I feel like my eyes look like a really kind of cool color right now. It looks like they're like a lighter green almost. So I do like the palette from what I've tried so far. I feel like this isn't even like a real good first impression because I was just like slapping things on, not really paying attention, more talking and chatting. This highlighter is really beautiful. Very excited to add it to my Ofra collection. I love Ofra highlighters. I can't get enough. Okay, so I'm excited about that. What else did I try today? Oh, I tried the lip gloss, which feels very comfortable. It's not giving me any white lines yet. And then also the foundation, I actually think looks pretty good. I wasn't paying too much attention to it, but my skin does not look cakey at all. It looked kind of like a natural coverage. It didn't look like as like tiny light coverage as I thought. I would say maybe like light medium. I thought it was going to be way less for some reason. But I'm definitely going to keep playing with it and see how I feel. But the color is actually like literally perfect for me. Maybe even a little light compared to my arm, but that's fine. Give it another week or two. Hello, fall, and it'll be the same. My final thing I'd love to say is just I feel so like inspired and motivated and just like my cup was refilled, like, of everything that I put into YouTube and like what it comes down to, and like how it's more than just like me sitting in this little room. Like it's so much more than that, which is how it can feel sometimes. It feels so like separated. So I don't know. I'm all in my feelings, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully adding the pictures on screen helped because I feel like I've been a mess the whole time. And like I said, don't forget to check out Karen's video and Angelica's video because they're both going to be talking about their experience. I can't wait to watch. Yeah, so I don't know. Also, Angelica did a vlog if you want to see our experience. And then so did Samantha March. I was in there a little bit. So that's really fun that they both did that because they capture the memories without me having to do any work. So that's fun. So I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.